Hey guys, it's Mike from the Geek Pub, and welcome to Pub Talk, an episode where I take a few minutes here and there and I just talk about upcoming projects and keep you guys up to date with what's going on around the shop. And with Pub Talk, of course, it wouldn't be right if we didn't have a drink. And today I am drinking Blue Moon. Now, Blue Moon is probably my favorite beer. It's my go-to beer anyway. And I drink it pretty much all the time, but never, ever, ever while I'm actually working in the shop. Now, today we're filming in the shop, so I'm making an exception, but alcohol is normally never allowed in this room. So with that, Blue Moon. So I really like Blue Moon. I said that before, but Blue Moon to me, it's a little bit heavy, but it's citrusy and it's not too carbonated, and that's something I really like in a beer. And yes, I do like it with the orange slices, so for those of you who think that's silly, whatever. Okay, so let's talk about what we're really excited about today. I am giving away the very first project that I ever made on the Geek Pub. That is right, I am giving away the water balloon cannon. And I don't know why I'm giving it away, because it's very sentimental to me. It's the first project I made 3 years ago. But I'm going to give it away. And if you want a chance to win this, you only have to do one thing. Go onto Facebook or Twitter, share any video that you like that I made. Any one of my videos, doesn't matter what it is, share it and use the hashtag #TheGeekPub. And then send me an email. Just send an email to mike@thegeekpub.com with a link to where you shared it. Now make sure that you share it publicly, because if you don't share it publicly, I can't see it. So make sure you don't have it set private on your share. But I will randomly select somebody. It will be completely random, and we will give this away. I'll ship it to you for free, and you guys enjoy it, and maybe you'll shoot a video of yourself using it once you get it. But I'm really excited to give this away and a little bit sad at the same time. Okay, so I want to talk to you about the project that I'm working on right now. I'm building an old school arcade game. So I'm talking about an old school arcade cabinet, like Pac-Man, Miss Pac-Man, Galaga, all of that. I'm going to be using a software called MAME. A lot of you are probably familiar with that, and it runs on a PC. But I do want it to be very, very old school as far as how it operates. So I'm going to make sure that it has a coin drawer. So that's what you can see here. You'll be able to put quarters in to play it. I'll have a bypass as well. I've got all of the old school buttons and joystick, 1-player, 2-player, all of that stuff already set up. This is a little prototype that I built just as a proof of concept before I actually build the cabinet. I'm not sure if this is going to be my next video or if it's going to be the video after that, but look forward to this coming up. So the iBook guy is going to come by. He's going to build an arcade at the same time that I do, and he's going to take a little bit different take on it. So his arcade is going to be probably a little bit cheaper, a little bit more inexpensive to build. So basically he's going to take some off-the-shelf components and convert them. And so where I'm going to buy a keyboard controller, he's going to scrap an old keyboard, for example, and use that as a controller. So it ought to be a really interesting difference. And so I invite you guys to come by and watch both of those videos at both channels. I'll leave links below when those videos pop up. So originally we were both going to build upright cabinets, and his cabinet was going to be kind of thin and small and very modernized, I think, and mine was going to be a cocktail table. I really liked the idea of an old school cocktail table video game, you know, the kind that lays flat and then has the joysticks on both sides. Because you could have that in our game, or we could have that in our game room, and we could play, you know, Pac-Man and have a beer or whatever sitting on top of the cocktail table. But after looking at it and thinking about it, it's not going to be as simple as I thought it was going to be if I want to play other games besides the real basics, you know, Pac-Man, Galaga, Pitfall, those types of things. But anything that requires more than just one button or two buttons is going to be extremely difficult because there's just not enough room. So I may make it bigger. I may, you know, vary, you know, away from old school and not do it quite like that. Make it a little bit my own. I don't know. We'll see. I'm really struggling with that right now. I may go ahead and just build an upright an upright cabinet like you've normally seen at the arcades. So. More to come on that. I think you guys will really like it. I'm also going to use a piece of software to run it on the front end, and I'm not sure what that's going to be. It may be Hyperspin, or it may be this thing right here, which is called Maximus Arcade, which is really just stupid simple. It's just a menu of games. You go down, you pick the game you like, you hit one of the buttons, and the game starts loading. So I'm not sure on that yet. Hyperspin is a lot more interactive, but it's also a lot more complicated and it's a lot more buggy. So we'll see on that. Okay, so in addition to MAME, I'm also going to do Nintendo and maybe Commodore 64, Atari 2600, probably some of the older old school video game machines that you could use at your house when you were a kid, so home arcades. And the cool thing is this Hyperspin software, it will allow you to select between all of the different emulators. So you can wind up here with MAME. In this case, I've got Nintendo up here, but then you can switch it again and have Commodore 64. You select the button, it shows you the games that are available on that particular platform, and then you just select the game and it loads it up. And so I probably will have a whole bunch, eventually, maybe even PS1 and PS2, I'm not sure, but a whole bunch of emulators available on my console. So I'm pretty excited about this project. So I get asked a lot what my upcoming videos are and how I pick them. And honestly, I don't like to tell you guys what my upcoming videos are, because if I tell you, somebody else will go make the video before I can do it. So I'm going to go ahead and tell you a few of them because I think they're complicated enough that others won't bother. But I have been wanting for a long time to make an old school R2-D2 from Star Wars. And I want to make this thing where it has a computer inside it and it's remote control so that you can drive it around and make it do things, automate stuff, make it beep, you know, on command and those types of things. So I've really been wanting to do that, and I think that is going to make it into the project lineup for this year. We'll see, but I've done some research on it and I've got some pretty good ideas for it that I think will make it very unique. You could also do this with a Dalek. A lot of people have asked me if I would make a Dalek, but the Dalek is pretty big and I don't have any place to put it after I'm finished with it. So I think I will probably not do the Dalek. However, I really wanted to do a TARDIS. I wanted to build a full-size TARDIS to keep in the backyard and to put out at the holidays for stuff like Halloween and things like that. However, Steve Ramsey beat me to that, and he built a really nice one, and I just don't think that I can compete with that video. Or I could make that same video again, but I wouldn't add anything, you know, that you guys haven't already seen, or that you know, it doesn't add anything to the internet community. So probably won't build a full-size TARDIS, unfortunately, because I just don't see that there's another need for yet another TARDIS build out there on YouTube. So I probably won't do that, unfortunately. So I have some other things lined up that I want to do this year. My son and I both want to build an electric guitar, and I'm talking about a real guitar, one that you can actually play, plug it into an amp, and go to town. And so I've got some people who have given me some advice who are professional guitar makers on how to make one. So we will probably do that sometime later this year. And I personally don't play guitar, but my son does, and so he'll probably play something for you. Along those same lines, I want to build a modern skateboard. So we built an old school skateboard in one of our videos a couple of years ago, and now I want to build a modern skateboard, one that has plies in it. And the reason why is that video, that old school skateboard video, was probably one of the most popular videos that I ever made. It got lots of comments, it got lots of views. And the comments were funny because people who got it and understood it really wrote some very nice comments for me. But there's a lot of comments from 12-year-olds. I think they were 12 years old anyway because of the way they talk. But there's a lot of comments from 12-year-old kids saying, hey, you know, you didn't make this right. That's not what an old school skateboard is. Unfortunately, I don't think they actually know what a old school skateboard is, because they were born in 2000, and to them the 1990s, 80s, 70s, and 60s don't exist. And so they don't have a clue as to what an old school skateboard really is, but they think they do. So we want to make a modern version though. I want to do plies, I want to do a forming machine, not a forming machine, but a forming mold to put it in, and show you guys how a modern skateboard is built. And I think that'll be a really fun video as well. All right, so the last thing I want to do is talk about some viewer comments, and I'll put these on the screen for you guys to read. This one pops up from time to time, and I'm just going to go ahead and address it. But it says, it's from Maria, I believe it's Ingstrom. I hope I pronounced that right. But it says, I must ask, are you related to the iBook guy? You sound very alike, look alike, and you have very similar body language. Also, cool video. So Maria, yes, the iBook guy and I, my name is Mike, his name is David, are brothers. We have been brothers since we were born, or at least since he was born. He's the younger brother. We are both very offended, though, that you think we look anything alike or that we sound anything alike, because I know I am way better looking than him. So I'm pretty offended by that. Next question or next comment. This one is from Jury Pie, and he said, "Yeah, this was on the plantation shutter video that came out last week." He said, "Yeah, that was pretty boring. No dry ice, no explosions, no shooting. Sorry, but I like the content from a year ago more." Well, Jury Pie, I'm really sorry to hear that. I can only make so many shooting and exploding videos, and I've always had about a 60-40 split. 60% building stuff and 40% the shooting and exploding videos. But there's also another problem that you might not be aware of, and that is YouTube likes to make my videos that have shooting and exploding stuff in them age restricted so that other people can't watch them unless they're 18 years old. And that also means that I can't monetize that video, which means I spend hours and hours and hours making a video about, say, smoke bombs, for example, which is one that's age restricted. Hours and hours and hours making that video, and I don't get any reward for making it because YouTube will age restrict it, and then I can't monetize it. So it's really tricky for me whether or not I can make too many of those videos because it's risky. All right, so we'll move on to the next one. And this was on the same day, right after Jury Pie commented, and it's from Shad Wood, and he said, "I gotta say, I've been a big fan of yours, and I'm stoked to not only watch your videos, but to do some of these projects myself. Keep up the good work, and thank you for the awesome video." So I'm really glad. Sometimes comments come, they're negative, and then you get a great one right behind it like that, and that makes it worth it. Every time I get one of those comments, it just makes me want to make another video. And so I really appreciate that, Shad. Thank you so much. Well, that's it for today. I hope you guys like this format. I'm not going to do it that often, but I do want to just take some time every now and then, especially when it's going to be a while between videos. Like this arcade is going to take a little while, probably a couple of weeks to build, so I may not have it out for a while, and I like to still make sure that you guys are updated and that we talk to each other. And so with that said, I'm going to finish off my Blue Moon, and I will see you in the next video.